Why are super attractive women still single? This up next on Chopping It Up with Stacie Lamar. Alright, hey everybody, what's up? This is your boy Stacie Lamar. This is Chopping It Up with Stacie Lamar. And like I said before, today's topic is why are super attractive men and super attractive women single? Why do they choose to be single? Now, before we get started, I just want to ask that for those of you who haven't already done so, please hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell so you can be notified when new content drops on the show. Also, please share the video so we can move the channel up through the YouTube universe. Alright, so before we get started, I want to introduce the crew. Matthew, go ahead and say hello to everyone.
Good morning, everybody.
Christina, say hello to everybody.
Hey, everybody. Good morning.
Alright, so to help me with this topic, I have been looking at a channel from a young lady, and the channel is called Stacie Psychology, and I do hope that I'm pronouncing that correctly. But if you guys are not hip to her, man, wealth of knowledge, especially on this particular subject, and the link to her channel is in my description below, so please check her out.
Here's why attractive women are less likely to get married. In order for a marriage to work, you need to be incredibly forgiving and show a lot of compromise. Now, because attractive women are surrounded by men who are constantly making them promises, whenever her partner's behavior is fallible, she believes that she doesn't have to put up with this because there's men willing to give her everything that she's ever asked for, even though it's not true. And as a result, she becomes less tolerant and compromising and more likely to walk away every time things are becoming difficult. Second reason is throughout the course of a marriage, they tend to desire their woman less and less. Now, attractive women, they find this transition very difficult to deal with because they're surrounded by men who are almost tripping over themselves to tell her how beautiful she is. When she's with a man who slowly is becoming indifferent to her appearance, she finds this very difficult to put up with. So instead of accepting that this is a natural process, she'll simply replace the man to receive the same validation that she's used to receiving all the time. And as a result, she's less likely to settle down.
Alright, so one of the first things that she says is that attractive women are single because they have a hard time attracting men that want long-term relationships. So let me elaborate on that, because you guys are probably scratching your head and going, what the hell is he talking about? Basically, you know, we as men, we see an attractive woman and we automatically go to the fantasy. You know, we go to the fantasy. So Stacie says that we are looking to basically, you know, hit it and quit it. Because she's attractive, you know, we look at her in one way. You know, she's a slut, you know, pardon the French, hoe, whatever. We're not looking at her and for the long haul. We want, you know, we want to be with her, but you know, not for the long haul. So that's one of the reasons why a super attractive woman isn't in a relationship and single. So Christina, I'm going to start with you. What do you think about that statement? Do you agree, disagree? What do you think?
I would partially agree with it. I think that every situation and every person is different, but I would agree as a single woman, it is very hard to find men that are that want to be in a relationship, to be honest. Like, most men, they don't want to be in a relationship, so you kind of have to decipher through that just if you want to date.
Okay. All right, Matt, what do you think about that statement, man?
I think that I'm kind of with Christina. It's kind of a yes and no type thing. I've talked to women, and they said that they're pretty much like us.
Mm-hmm.
Just say we don't want to be with a woman that's gonna take all our stuff from us, and they don't want to be with a man that's not necessarily gonna take all their stuff, but make them mess off all of their money they done saved and everything, doing stupid stuff. Just because, oh, babe, this is what I want to do. And she's really attractive or in love with this guy, and she does all this stuff for him, and then all of a sudden, he gone. So, in their mind, that's what they think.
So
that's what most men are going to do.
Okay, so you're saying that super attractive women. Now, first of all, I want to what is a super attractive woman? What makes a super attractive woman? What do we consider a super attractive woman? Just a drop dead gorgeous woman. Now I'm not saying the kind that you look at and then you go, oh, she's cute or she's fine or whatever. No, I'm talking about the ones that cause accidents. You sitting there, you're driving in the car and you look over and you do that Chris Tucker high pitched damn, and then bam, you hit the car, but you hit the car in front of you. That kind of fine. Okay. I'm talking when she walks in the room and then everything stops. Everything. And all eyes on her. That kind of attractive. So I just want to make that clear. I'm talking about super attractive women. All right. So another thing that Stacie says is that she's always, the super attractive women always have men falling all over themselves to speak with her. Now remember, she said that these guys are trying to get with her because most of them aren't looking for a long-term relationship just because the way she looks. They're like, I want that fantasy. So she's less likely to be tolerant and forgiving in a relationship. So therefore, if you are lucky enough to get into a relationship with a super attractive woman, dude, you really got to be on point. Watch your P's and Q's because if you mess up, she's like, okay, boom, I'm done with you. So Matt, what do you think about that? What about that statement?
I'd say that's true. And it's pretty much the same for a man. If he does want to get into a serious relationship, he's not going to be pretty tolerant about anything that's going on. It's going to be like, hey, wait a minute, hold up. I don't have to deal with this with you. I can get somebody else.
So you're talking about like a attractive...
Well, I don't have to deal with this.
Right. Okay. So you're talking about like a handsome man, like a really attractive man that...
Yeah.
Okay.
Vice versa.
Vice versa.
Okay. Attractive man. He's not going to put up with too much because he don't have to. He got women like women have men falling all over him. Well, men have women falling all over him, and they take their pick of who they want to mess with. Mm-hmm. And if they don't like it, okay, get on. I ain't got to deal with you. I can get somebody else.
Okay.
And a woman has that same option.
Okay.
I think she has it. I think their option is even stronger than ours.
Oh, most definitely. That's what they say. Most definitely. Christina, what you think? What about that statement?
I mean, I agree with it because, to be honest with you, like, humans have a way of becoming real comfortable in relationships. You know what I mean? And what a person did to get you interested in them, once you... Like, one thing I've learned about men is they're all about the chase. You guys are all about the chase, right? So it's like, if you, quote unquote, get that, whatever that thing is, then it's like, it's not that appealing to you anymore. And that's just like, naturally, I feel like how most men out here in the world today are being. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like if they know, like, if they don't mind, if they don't, keep a certain standard or whatever, mm-hmm. that you have other options that you can call. I think it keeps keep everybody like on their toes. I mean, and don't you want like the best version of that person to be with you? You don't want a person that, you know, shows you, you know, one side of them when you, the first, 6 months or a year that you guys are dating, and then you finally say, okay, and you give them that commitment, and then all of a sudden they become this whole other person. It was never the person that you had, you know, you would not have chose to be with that person if you knew, if you had that person who showed that part of them to you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Am I making sense? So,
Yeah.
like, I just feel like people in relationships, and this goes for women and men too. This is like, I think, a blanket term. They have a tendency to become lazy in relationships. And you think like, oh, it'll be okay. You know what I mean? And then that's how you end up in divorce court, broken up, you know, whatever. Is you just think that it's fine. Or you put in the work at one point, so now you don't need to do it anymore. And that's not the case. Well, I feel like if you know, like if I'm with a guy and I know that he has 6 other women that he can call that it would be ready to just show up at any point, then I'm maybe going to act a little different.
Okay. And it's funny that you should put it in that way, because that was one of the other things that Stacie said, is that men, like you said, tend to become complacent. And, you know, towards her, even though she is like, you know, all that a bag of chips and a name brand soda, we have a tendency, okay, I got her, so, you know, I don't have to pay that much attention to her anymore. You know, I still love her, but you know, I'm going to go watch the game while, you know, her beautiful behind is in there, you know, twiddling her thumbs or whatever it is she's doing. So, like you said, and I think Matt, you said it too. I mean, she's got plenty of other people that will gladly give her the attention that she is craving, that she's not getting at home. All right. So, lastly, about the attractive women, is Stacie says that good old-fashioned intimidation is one of the main reasons why super attractive women are single, because guys just don't want to approach them. You know, you know, you look at her, and then like there's like all these assumptions. You know, well, she's probably stuck up. You know, and then there's like a confidence.
Got somebody.
Yeah, exactly. She's so beautiful. She probably already has somebody.
You figuring, man, ain't nobody letting her get away.
Thank you, man. I know she got somebody. She's just too good looking. She's too fine. All right, and then there's the confidence thing on the guy. You know, well, I can't. I just can't. You know, because like we don't want to get rejected. You know,
and that's one of men's biggest problems, is that we don't want to get rejected. So therefore, we won't go up and talk to this woman. That woman may be sitting there salivating at the mouth looking at you, but because she's so fine, man, I ain't going over there to talk to her, man.
I know. Unless she motions to you to come over, yes, a lot of guys will not approach a super attractive woman.
No.
Christina, what you think? What you think, Christina?
I think that's true, because I mean, I hear that a lot, actually, that, like, when men talk to me, they'll say, you must have, like, you know, tons of guys trying to talk to you or whatever. And, I mean, I do have, actually, a lot of gentlemen that I don't have a problem getting men, but at the same time, if I'm still single, it means that I haven't found what I want or what I'm looking for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, I feel like that should be, that bar should be brought down a little bit, and that men should approach women a little bit more, because I feel like that's what we want. We want you to approach us. You know what I mean? Like, and I guess rejection is part of the whole thing, but you likely are not going to get rejected in the way that you think that you're going to get rejected. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like she's going to laugh at you or anything like that. But, and she's, like, if she sits at the bar by herself, likely she's single.
Yeah. I mean, but you know, even if she were, even if she were to like laugh or smirk, I mean, that just goes deep. That goes deep in the heart. You mustered up the courage to go and talk to this extremely attractive female, and then she just shuts you down. You know, hell, even if she doesn't even say anything, even if she just kind of like looks at you and turns and walks away, man, you know, that's gonna mess you up for, you know, a good 2 weeks.
How many times in your life have you seen a man with a super attractive chick and gone, how the heck did that man get her? Like, how many times in your life have you done that? It happens so much to where, like, a very attractive woman or a man will get a not so attractive partner, and you think, like, how the heck did that happen? You know why? Because that person, like, was willing to talk to them. They can only work with the people that are willing to talk to you. And so if that was the person that had the balls to pull
up. It's so simple. Yeah, you're right. No, it's so simple. Like you said, you know, even if a guy is, you know, attractive himself, because, you know, again, but, you know, the similarity here for the guys is that if you have an attractive man, handsome man, whatever you want to, you know, call it, most women will not go up to that attractive man because they are intimidated. You know, they feel that I don't have a shot, or, you know, like Matthew said, I mean, she could be just like, or the guy could be just like, you know, wow, she's cute, but she won't say anything because she feels, well, he's out of my league for whatever reason. He's out of my league, and, you know, the guy will look at her, at the woman, and say, she's out of my league, or she must, like Matthew said, she must have someone. She can't be that attractive and not have someone. But like you just said, Christina, you know.
But then on the other hand, too, you can look at it this way. Some guys don't want that super attractive woman because they don't want guys always trying to talk to them.
Aha!
You know, they're intimidated by that because they don't know if she's gonna, hey, this dude spit the right lines at her. She's kind of, look, I'm looking at her body language and everything now. She's kind of interested in this guy.
Yeah.
Not every man is built to date an attractive chick.
Right.
You go out into the world and you got all these men all of a sudden looking at your girl. Now all of a sudden you guys feeling like something rise up inside you.
Yeah.
And you feel like, am I supposed to defend her? Do I need to fight somebody? Like, what am I supposed to be doing here?
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
yeah.
You know, like, should I say something? Or should I just sit back and let her do what she's doing? Because in my mind, okay, you could be having a general conversation. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But just like I said, when the conversation changes, so does the body language.
Mm-hmm.
So now, okay, they ain't just having a general conversation over there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what do I do, though? Do I go over there and interact and interject into it, or do I just sit back and wait and see what she's going to do? Mm-hmm. Do I see any phones popping out and numbers being exchanged? You know, you got to sit there and watch that. Yeah. So, for a lot of guys, they don't want to go through that. So they'll get somebody that's just averagely attractive, or maybe even, excuse my French, ugly. Because they don't want anybody else trying to get at their woman.
So you just go find the ugly chick so you can feel good about yourself, or not having to.
Yes, like that. You know, hey, she's doing everything you want her to do. She's just not super attractive.
Yeah. Now it's funny, you guys. So yeah, it's funny you guys should bring that up, because that was like the next thing, right? Is trust. Trust is a big one, and like you guys both said, you guys beat me to the punch there, is that most men, okay, I won't say most, but a large percentage of men, even if the guy is not, you know, ain't no bow wow baby himself, he will still have issues or trust issues with his super attractive partner, mate, wife, girlfriend, whatever. Yeah. Because, like you just said, Matthew and Christina, she is going to garner attention. So you're going to have to be totally confident within yourself as a man to be able to put up with that. You know?
Yep.
You got to be good. You got to feel good about yourself in order to put up with all the attention that your super
And
attractive.
there's a good portion of men in this world that they don't care. Like a couple can be out in bed, like literally, like men will hit on her almost in front of him, or you know what I mean. If he gets up and goes to the bathroom, men will talk. You know what I mean? Like they're so like men have. I don't want to say blanket men. Some men have zero respect for the fact that they're obviously if a person is with another person, or they're a couple, or they're having dinner, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
They don't have. They'll hit on her anyway.
Wow. And you're right. That is so sad. But you are absolutely correct. That's so sad.
It's the world that we live in. It's it is very sad actually, but it's the world we live in.
It is.
All right. So last thing. All right. So last thing. Do you think that with all the obstacles, because it sounds like there are obstacles, and some of them are not really her fault, or the guy's fault, because like I said, the men have that intimidation thing going on where they can be the nicest guy in the world, but because of the way they look, women won't approach them.
You talking about me? What you talking about me, man?
Oh my God. Well, Matt, you just threw me for a loop. I forgot what I was going to say. But anyway, so do you think that they would have better luck, these super attractive people, both male and female, if they took the initiative to take the first step to start a conversation?
Pull it down.
Christina, what do you think?
I'm not doing that. I don't know.
No? So, I mean,
I'll do it.
so you wouldn't start the conversation? I mean, like you said, you have guys that, because like I said, I mean, and I do agree with Sadie on this, the way you look will garner, certain feelings towards you. Like other women will go, well, who does she think she is? She's probably dumb. She probably does this. They try to think of all the negative stuff that they could possibly think of about this attractive woman to make themselves feel better. So, but the guys, they look ahead and they go, ooh, I bet she does this and I bet she does that. I bet she wears the Catwoman suit. Or whatever. When you are just when the poor woman is just a good, clean, wholesome person, and all she's doing is standing there right now. But you have these people just with all these preconceptions about her, all because the way she looks. So you guys don't think it's a good idea that if she is interested in someone, that she makes the first move or he makes the first move?
I mean, like, what is she supposed to say? Like, she's supposed
Just
to walk
hi.
up and
Just a wave.
I know
Like, hi.
I know you're not going to because I'm too hot. So I'm coming over here to talk to you.
No, but I'm just saying, like, hi. A gesture, hi.
I just feel like it creates a dynamic in a relationship that, like, you gotta men, like, I'm old school, right? I come from a different time where women didn't really approach men like that.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Men, there was a certain way that it goes, and I just feel like for men like in my age bracket, which is like 40s and 50s, it creates a certain type of dynamic when you have a woman is like constantly like just, like if she walks up to you and she's, making the first move, I feel like it changes the dynamic in the relationship that I don't care to have.
So what are you saying? Now she's fast or loose? At least that's what's perceived.
No, it's not like that. It's just, like I like to be. I like to be approached. I like to be taken out. I like the man to make the plans. I like to be taken on dates, like things like that. And I don't feel like if the woman starts the whole thing, then it's kind of always in her court. You know what I mean? And I just don't. That's just not the dynamic that I would want.
All right, Matt. So, what's your feelings on that?
Christina is a real woman. because what she's saying is very true. But I think with the way society is now, that a woman shouldn't have a problem going up to a man and saying something to him to let him know that she does have some type of attraction to him.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like I'm saying, most times men are so intimidated by this fine woman
Mm-hmm.
until they won't go up and talk to her. Okay?
Yeah.
But if she came and said something to them, oh man, they'd probably sit there and talk all night just because she approached him.
Yeah.
Because for me, to be honest, I like aggressive women. I like a woman that'll come up and say something to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it don't even have to be anything, you know, like she's flirting or anything. She can come up and say hi.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, how you doing? I'm good. How you doing? And the conversation starts there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know, and I don't feel like, oh wow, man, she came up and started talking to me. She must be desperate. Or something like that. You know, it's like, hey, well, she seen what she liked and she went after it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what excites me. That's what it turns me on. You know, because if she came up and said something to me, that means, hey, wait a minute, she likes me.
Yeah. Okay.
Something about me. You know, so okay, we can take it from there.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that. And I really think that a lot of women that are in Christina's age bracket and even our age bracket should start doing that, because you never know. That could end up being your soulmate.
Mm-hmm.
But because both of you guys were kind of intimidated by each other, you don't go talk to one another.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Most definitely true there. All right, y'all. Well, hey, that was a interesting topic, guys. All right, so I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from you. Should super attractive women or men make the first move? I want you to put WY for yes, the woman should. WN for women, they should not. And then for the men, you put men, MY for yes, the guy should, you know, get over himself and his insecurities and go up and talk to this person. Or MN for no, the men should wait and, you know, see if, you know, the woman comes over to him. That's going to do it for the show. I am Stacie Lamar. This is Chopping It Up, and I'll see you on the next show. Peace.